The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances. Now enjoy the show.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone?
I was about to say, everyone, who all are we talking to?
So far, us and our fans. Hi, everyone.
Right? It's like, how many people are here? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm okay. Okay. Ooh,
See,
I got
if
one more
you
day till
well,
my day off.
continue to-
Ooh, one more day till my day
One
off.
more day.
Mhm.
How many days do you think should be given for holidays?
Oh, about a month. 2 months off.
Oh, I forgot who I was talking to.
Yes, like, oh, yes. Make me go back to work. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, give me a month off.
Okay. It should be at least 2 days. The Eve is important. The Eve is really busy. So it's like there's no time off. And you come right back, at least 4 days. Like, come on now.
Yeah, okay.
Come
Maybe
on
a
now.
month is a little long. A week would be better, but 4 days is okay. I'll rock with you.
Okay. I'm sure our audience don't mind a week. I mean, a month. That sounds great, just for any reason. Every holiday, every birthday.
Paid, not just off. A month paid. Big difference.
All right. A month paid.
Hey,
That'll work
delusional
too.
I am, but hey, you never know until you put out there in the universe. Yeah.
I'm not gonna call you delusional. I'm just saying, but I think that there's several of us that will agree with you. So, how are you doing today, this evening? What we talking about this evening?
Tonight's topic, episode 64. Click your mouse. Is it okay to
64.
have space in your relationship? And we're not just talking about like, the boyfriend, girlfriend, husband. We're talking about like friendships, workplace ships, all those ships. That's what we're talking about.
All the ships. Okay.
Fellowships.
Well, you know what?
all that.
I can't wait till we get
Yeah.
into it so that we can really understand what space means. Because it can mean a lot of things. Are you continuing to talk to them? Is this a physical and verbal space? Is this we sleeping in 2 different bedrooms? Like, what exactly does space mean before anybody agrees to it?
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good
just
question,
saying.
actually.
We're,
Because,
we're gonna
I
have
think it
to
varies.
clarify that.
Yeah, it varies, I feel like if
Like,
you're my male person, I shouldn't see you every day that we can have a conversation unless I have mail, So if the person is knocking on my door randomly to talk to me, it's a little too much,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Before we go clarifying everything, let's jump
All
on
right.
in with introductions. I am
Mhm.
Penny Owens. Hello, how you're doing, everyone? And this is
RG, Pro Gamer, Show Disruptor at your service. Big shout out to Michelle 1L. She is traveling. Safe travels, my sister, and Ezel Moon. We'll talk to you in a second.
exactly.
I don't know
We're
if you
gonna
travel.
hold it down for a while. I know this is a very, very busy time. Very busy. And it's interesting because well, no, after COVID, I did see some change in traffic, right, for a couple
Hmm.
years. But
Hmm.
it's still amazing how money is a problem for everybody. Like the prices are crazy, but it really doesn't stop too much traveling when it comes to the
Hmm.
holiday. It really doesn't.
Yeah, it's one of the few things you still can do. So why stop? Because that money is spent either way. So you might as well spend it with people you care about or just do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Being present is priceless, right? So
Yeah.
go ahead and fill a tank out and go where you're happy, go where you're loved, enjoy yourself. No, I get it. I get it. Because being broke and alone, we're not going to do that if you don't have to be, or if you don't choose to be.
Right.
Get out there and have some fun while you can. Enjoy the people that you care about. Like for real. Okay. Okay. So what you got for us? What do you
Um,
have?
my hands. There's two of them.
Oh, then you just greedy.
No. No, I'll give a shout. Big shout to WSAN for tuning in. Why's up? That's his agreeing to us on Monday show. Welcome all the Twitch streamers watching on his network. Thank you very much. As far
We
as
appreciate
space,
you.
I actually was thinking of it more like I would say I would give you myself an example. I have some friends that I talk to every day, but if I don't
Okay.
talk to them for a month, I will make sure they're cool. But it's not like, oh my gosh, why is my friend not talking to me? Type of deal.
Okay, so you're
You know?
secure in a relationship.
Yeah. So I guess I'm talking from a place of security. I don't trip if I don't hear from somebody for a long time. Outside of like making sure they're safe. But I know some people require constant contact, conversation, like a job almost. Like you didn't punch in today or something.
Okay.
Yeah, not none of that.
Well,
But
no.
have that different style.
Now I can see that. Now, in the question, is it okay? It should be okay to have what you need for
Right.
everyone inside the ship, right? Like it shouldn't be something that you even have to really ask for. But unfortunately, you do have to make it clear what your boundaries are. You have to make it clear, well, what is your expectations and what are your needs as an individual when you get into these ships? Most of us don't clarify that in the beginning. You kind of just assume that
Yeah.
you're on the same page with the person you're in that ship with. But it's like until you actually talk about it, don't assume. Don't assume.
But sometimes some of the chips we are in are very informal. So you are like, okay, I seen
Okay.
this guy at the bar. We drank a few beers. I don't feel like I got to check in with that guy. It's just a casual relationship. If I see the guy at the bar, hey, how you doing? You're good? Yeah. But I'm not figuring out what that guy's having for dinner tomorrow. I don't care. So how much
And
of a
see, so
commitment are we
would he
taking to
care?
those to that? You know what I'm saying?
Is that okay? So if you talk about homie at the bar, does that even qualify to answer this question? Because
But
at the bar you see each other when you see each other, right? So does it matter about the space?
well, bars are unique like that because you can be very familiar with people without actually knowing them because so many conversations are had while drinking.
Okay.
So you can actually have that level of like understanding of that person, and they may not know where you live at, type of deal. Especially when you go to
You
those
know what you
bars like
just
I go to where you quickly frequent the same bars with the same people
Oh,
always there. So
cheers, where everybody
yeah,
knows
those cheers.
you.
Exactly.
Now, you know what you made me think about? Where even in those like when you meet people at the bar, you hang out there regularly. Sometimes they even get offended if you sit somewhere else, like in your regular stool or you by your regular corner and you don't sit there normally. They be in their feelings. And like you said, this ain't even a real relationship. Like we just bar friends and stuff. Like, but people still be in their feelings. If you change your position and you sit somewhere else, they be like, okay, is it something? Is it me? They take it personal. And it's like, but we're not like we haven't even said friendship. We are bar friends.
Yeah.
It's different.
I'm sitting
So
next
how
to
do
the
you
pretzel.
know?
Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Yeah.
Right.
Kinda
It was
weird.
always about the pretzel. You just happened to sit there next to
Like, dude, if you were a bag
it
of roll
was
gold, you'd
always
have my entire attention right now. But right now, I'm trying to eat these pretzels. Just saying.
wow. Not the
Mhm.
not the gold. Really? That's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny.
sponsor us. Roll gold.
No.
Remember roll gold
So
pretzels? Sponsor us.
yes. Now I would say when it comes to space, I don't know. So
Mhm.
you know how I'd be like everything needs to be clear. And like you said, relationships are not just platonic or
Mhm.
romantic. There's a lot of different relationships. You are building a relationship whether you even identify whether or not this is something we're going to continue. You see this person 2 or 3 times at the grocery store, guess what? You are building some type of relationship. There's some type of level of trust or dependency or maybe just awareness, and you haven't
Kinda.
declared this a friend. It's still some type of, because you never
I,
know
I
when you have to call somebody. I'm just saying, you
I'm
don't know when you're gonna meet
stretching
them
it, but
again.
I meet you halfway because, like, dude, you work here. You got to get
Okay.
the carts and bring them back in the store, no matter whether I'm here or not. That, that don't make us
See,
that. You know, thank you for doing your job. What are we talking about
but
here, man?
there's still some type of connection. Maybe our case is now that's the better one. Is a
Yeah, his
connection
car's connected to the
and
car's
shit.
back inside the building, so I didn't have to. That's what the connection
See,
was.
look, but if you cross and somebody might ding you with your car with the cart, I'm just saying, like there's some type of respect that has to be
I
there.
know. I'm just
So
saying.
okay, so maybe we won't declare so much of a relationship, but you never know. It could still be the beginning of a relationship that may not kick in for another year or after they lose that job and they go somewhere else.
Why they got to lose their
Right?
job?
Like you have,
Why can't I just go shop there more?
oh,
You got them about the paint. Dang, Benny.
that, all right, you're right.
Or
But
basically,
I'm
you
just
shopping
saying.
cart
So
guy. He didn't mean to fire you. He didn't mean to fire you.
but you don't know. Like, well, you definitely look, you treat everybody with kindness, right? Because you don't know the next time you're going to see them. You don't know if they're going to need to have your back or, have your alibi straight. You have no clue what's going to happen later on down the line. You might meet one of their kids later on end up working for you. You're just like, man, I remember your mom. We were fine. We didn't have a relationship, but we were connected. So
Yeah, being a
fine.
decent person shouldn't be something we need to kind of say, but I feel like we're getting so far away from like this normal behavior, manners, and all that stuff. I feel like you're making people
Um,
say something we should kind of naturally have in our spirits. So
Look, I
just
hear you too. See, I'm gonna come halfway with you. I'm gonna come halfway there. I
all right.
do understand that too, but I'm like, common sense is not common. It should be called uncommon sense because everybody don't have it. Everybody don't
That,
have it. And you would think being kind is easy, but for a lot, it's a strain. Like they're at that point in their life where it's a strain to be nice and open with people. Like things are
I can
going
see that.
on. So that's a lot. But then what do you do in those situations? If you're that person and you don't really want any relationships, how are you categorizing your shit?
Mm.
Because just because you don't look, just because you don't claim them, don't mean that you're not working on some type of connection and relationship with this person. Just because you don't claim them,
You like look, you gonna have
what?
this relationship whether you like it or not. That's what you sound. It's gonna happen whether you
No,
want
you
it to or not.
look. We just summoned that Ezel energy. Because for real, when you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, you got a lot of people in relationships that's not even being claimed. Like, and they seeing each other regularly, still not being claimed. What do you do about that shit? Like, oh, it's like, do they know you were in a relationship? No, no, they know. I don't think so. They out here buying presents for you, but you're not getting one. I'm just don't. It's like you might want to be clear about your
It happens.
ships.
Yep, this is true.
Some
So,
of you ships are in rocky water. Saying,
or
I'm
iceberg,
saying. Oh,
Exile
ooh,
Valdez,
Titanic.
run aground. Yeah, run aground. Exile Valdez. Yeah, it might be all bad.
Oh,
So
okay,
I'm gonna throw a scenario, and you tell me space or no space.
okay.
And I'm gonna start with the number one answer: marriage, space or no space, and how do we define it?
Space,
Why?
space. And I say that because even as a married couple, you are two individuals, and you still have to respect that. I believe that every married couple should still have like their individual rooms or spaces that's just theirs, where they get to remind themselves of who they are, where they get to feel themselves, express themselves freely, where they don't have to necessarily cater to the other person. They get to just be. All of us should just be. So every individual should have that even in a marriage. Because once you lose that, you don't want to be so much where you're like, oh, selfish is me, 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 me. But you still need to know who you are. Like you still need to know who you are. Because the truth of it is, they say you are married and you become one. Nah, bro, you still two people choosing to live their life together. I'm
So
just saying.
add one.
Exactly. You're sharing your life together as one, but you are still two individual people. And if you don't make sure that you are reminded of who you are, who God created you to be, you will get lost just because of the ring and the marriage and the dedication. It's like, no, you're gonna be upset in a minute, and it ain't nobody else's fault but you. So be clear about who you are. So I believe that even in a marriage, you should still have space. I'm not saying
Yeah.
sleeping in two different bedrooms, but I'm saying have a space in the house or even outside the house that's yours, that reminds you this is who I am. And
Well, I think
this is what I bring to the table. Like this is who I am.
think about it, right? I'll put it in the terms of school, right? You go through school, you spend 6 months with these people, now you're close to them, right? Marriage
Okay.
is like school that never ends. So you're gonna see this person day after day after day after day till one of y'all go shake hands with Jesus, right? So if we spend every moment together, when are we gonna have time to learn and make our relationship better? You need outside stimuli. Go touch grass.
Mm,
Go be outside. Go
mhm,
read a book. Go God knows what. But you need space apart to actually grow your person and yourself and your spirit. So
mhm. And
you
appreciate
know,
each other.
like yeah, absence does make the heart grow fond. Go make it fun. Go out the house. It is
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
we're not saying go run away for a month,
Yeah, don't
like
find the
that.
back
That's
of
no.
cigarettes in Ohio. Just chill out for
Look,
a second,
if they turn their locations off, you might have a problem. And that shit, you might want to keep checking that out. But no, just something that has you. So I think that space is okay in that. It is.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that if you're in a relationship and for real, if you have to ask, is space okay? And if your partner tells you it's not, you need to really have a conversation. Like you need to really, really define why not and what does that mean? Because space does not mean that you're in trouble or that somebody's cheating at all. It doesn't have to mean that.
Right.
Unless it do. Hey, look, unless it do. Now that's different.
But like you've always said, a lot of people don't know the traumas that they deal with. So that could feel like separation anxiety, stuff like that. So yeah,
Okay.
so we don't know all the amas that go along with the ships that people also deal with,
Okay.
drama, trauma,
Now
all that. We don't know.
I like how you said that. Everybody don't know the traumas because that's one perspective, but you also don't know what you're agreeing to. You don't know what you're taking on,
Mm,
right? Like you don't
I
know that this
respect it.
person may have all kinds of different like PTSDs or triggers. You don't know what
Mm-hmm.
you're taking on because a lot of people avoid these questions. The way people answer questions, I know y'all be teasing me, but the way people answer questions will give you a lot of insight of where their mind is, at least right now. And ask them
Well,
again in some months or a couple of years later to see where their mind is now, because that'll tell you a lot. If someone
my
tells you you
only,
can't have any space,
I got one little
it's a
pushback.
flag.
See, Penny, it's not your questions are not the problem. You ask them 30 seconds into the date or the interaction. You're like, what would you like to order? So, what do you feel about the national debt? Like, dude, can I at least get my latte for
I
God's
said
sake?
that
You just start in on them like from 30 seconds in. It's just extreme, but I get it.
it will be, look, it's probably not 30 seconds in, but I'll agree with you. They can be extreme and random.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
it's
turn
true.
to Barbara Walters and Oprah at the same time. They got two microphones. I just wanted some scones, dude. What the hell? Let's
See?
walk
No,
into this.
now look, you gotta read the room. You gotta read the room.
Right.
I think that if I'm in that situation, you best believe, all right, if I'm not aggressive with my
Mm-hmm.
questions, you're firing something in me. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, we're not gonna waste no time, I'll save yours too. Like, let's go ahead and
But
find
that
out
could
what
be
this
good
is.
or bad. You know what I mean? That really could be good or bad.
Yeah, you are. You ever had a conversation? Matter of fact, the way that we are here on the show, that first
Mm-hmm.
conversation just flowed so easy. It was
True.
smooth. It was effortless, and we were allowed to ask each other questions. Everyone
Right.
answered, with confidence, quickly. We didn't feel offended, and we knew
True.
it felt secure. It felt secure.
Right.
So I agree. You can be triggered negatively or positively, and those
Positive.
questions when you can have a really good conversation if you are talking to someone who allows questions and asks questions because it's a give and take. I'm just saying it's a give and take.
Hey, guess what they do? They give them the
What?
space. I couldn't help it. The space. I'm gonna show myself out. That was really bad, Dad. I couldn't help it. It was too easy.
That's too funny. So then, all right, let me ask you one. You asked me one, I'm gonna ask you one.
Yes, ma'am.
So when it comes to, I'm trying to think of the different kind of ships. Okay. what about coworkers? When you are having that relationship or that co-working ship is a really weird word to try to use in different
Yeah.
areas. What should that have space? Yes, no.
Oh, absolutely.
Coworkers.
Especially with coworkers, because my primary job is to make money for me. So whether you're there or not, whether that person's there or not, whether this computer's in the building, if they pay me, I'm going to be
Okay.
there to make money first and foremost. Coworkers, if nothing more, be professional. We don't have to be friends. I don't care about what you did at work. If it happens, cool. But there has to be space because I don't feel like I need to tell you my day ever because we're not friends.
He said,
You know,
dang, you said ever.
ever. You know, if it comes up, cool. But it's not like I'm saying, hey, dude, guess what? I don't know this guy. What are you doing? Get away. You know.
See, now
Yeah, what are you
it's
doing?
funny. I'm one that I do encourage having some type of connection, at least with your coworkers, even if it's just observing them. Like, be cordial, like
Right.
you said, be respectful, but allow yourself enough to hear people. I learned a lot just by listening. But if you're not there to listen to that person, you kind of really don't know where they're coming from, whether it's good or bad. So I'm like, if you're cordial and present, you can learn a lot being like, well, I'm definitely not inviting you over to the cookout. Or, all right, they have some potential, they're not so bad. Because I believe that your environment, like work is still an environment that influences your stress level in your life.
Right.
So only going to work just to make some money, to me, only going to work to just make money and not have no type of connections, I think it's kind of sad. I just be like, I hope you don't plan on working here long because I just look at that as a big part of your life still, Like you spend a lot of hours at work. And
Yeah.
this is why a lot of people don't like people for sure, because they have places they don't want to be. So it's like,
Well, let's take a quick break and then I'll give you my scenario because this actually happened to me at one of my former employers about that. Just
okay,
that.
former. Okay.
No, my new employer, they're awesome. I love those guys.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Turn it up and feel the rhythm of the greatest old school music ever made. From Smokey Robinson and the Temptations to Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Luther Vandross, and more. This is the music that touches your soul and moves your spirit 24/7. Listen live now at WSANradio.com and take the vibe with you everywhere. Download the WSAN Radio app today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. WSAN Radio, feel the soul.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
And we're back, running with scissors. I am RG. My sister sitting next to me, the one and only.
Kenny Owens.
Yeah. Let's do a quick recap. We are talking about topic, please, Mr. John.
There you go.
Oh, nope. I think that's the wrong one. I think you're in the wrong folder, buddy. I got it. Is it okay to have space in your relationship? And I would have said yes, but here's what we were talking about. We're talking about the connection you have with the people at work. I'm one of the people where I try to be professional, if nothing more. I'm always cordial, I'm nice, I'm friendly. But if I'm working there all day, there's one thing that's a problem. It's not my home. So I don't feel like I need to have pictures of my family and stuff like that because I don't live there. I might put some ramen noodles in the drawer, but I just need to do my job, listen to my iPod until it's time to go home. But I got confronted by an HR person said, "Where's your family at?" I'm like, "They're at home." She was like, "Well, I don't see any pictures." I'm like, "Yeah, because I don't live here." She's like, people say people who don't put pictures up in their cubicles are more prone to quit. I'm like, "Well, I've been here 11 years. Are you firing me?" And then that's when the conversation ended. And you know why? It comes down to scientific management, right? What they do is sometimes the pictures serve as a reminder of why you can't quit. It's almost like your own silent threat. So when they be on that nonsense and they give you those TPS reports like Office Space, you ready to throw them at them, you look down and you see, oh yeah, Timmy got like soccer lessons and that costs money. So it's almost like reminding you of why you're there in a negative way. That's why I see it. Because I used to be a retail person, so I was taught a lot of that nonsense, and a lot of it has to do with psychology and making people feel dependent upon technically slave labor. I'm gonna just call it what it is. So it's kind of what it is.
Man, you just stirred up so much trouble in the workforces across the world right now.
I'm sorry, the truth is not welcome here, but that's what it is. Man.
No, they're like, wait, this is not because I want to be comfortable at work. This is a game. Yes,
it is.
Just like the paint on the walls, the size of the cubicle, whether it's colorful or gray, it's a total science. Yes.
Yep. When they take the clocks out, so you don't know what time of day it is, or you're on the side of the building where there's no windows, so you lose track of time. In reality, yes.
Oh man.
Purposely done.
Yeah. Unfortunately. I like how you said that they asked you that, because one of the cons of having space is that it's misinterpreted. If it's misinterpreted and it's folks, they don't understand exactly why you need space or what's causing it. And most people go straight to the defensive. They take it personal. Well, is it me? Is it me? It's like there's 300 people here. Why do you think it's you?
Right.
You know, like,
by the way.
Right. Yeah. Why do you think this song is about you? I'm just saying, like, why? Right. But people do. I mean, think about it. They even do it in the digital world. As soon as somebody's friends count go down on the internet, they're combing through. Who defriended me? Who let me go? What's going on? It don't even have to be a physical space. Yes. Yep. It doesn't even have to be a physical space anymore. Just there's something missing. And people feel lost. If it's missing, then maybe it's okay. Life goes on. It's okay. But
if it's missing, maybe it's okay. I like that. Oh, big shout out to our friends on Instagram. Ooh, okay.
Hey, how they doing over there?
They doing all right. I just forgot that we're on Instagram, and I remember today. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you for being so patient with us. Sorry. I had a squirrel moment. I was like, wait a minute, Instagram, because I forgot it was running. I did.
Technical difficulties. It was random. But no. Now, I think that sometimes space, I'm going to go back to sometimes, because you have to be clear about what you need space for. Because sometimes space is good to avoid conflicts. Exactly. Like, you know what you can tolerate, you know what you're in the mood for, or you know what stimulates your peace or what disrupts your peace, right? So you know how to take care of you.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know how to take care of you. Other people can read it wrong, but you have to take care of you. And then at this other time, sometimes if there's conflict, too much space is why it's continuing. You got to make sure you can't say yes. All right. Sometimes not fixing something means you're choosing it indirectly. No, it's extra.
Okay.
It's something. So it's like, if you don't just say, I need boundaries, this is what it is, and you leave room for assumption. Sometimes you accidentally say yes to this behavior or this space, and you don't let it go on for a long time. And now people are used to it, and they still don't even understand the true source and reason.
So you're not actually pushing these people into more bad behaviors that you don't rock with.
Yep, because you never shut it down. Yes, you never said, I don't appreciate this, or don't come over here with that. You know, like you weren't clear, or this isn't personal. I just like my quiet. You didn't give me any clarity. So it just kind of leaves room for chaos or just whatever it's going to be, you know, something out of your control. because you let so much space. Because sometimes that space can mean time.
Got it.
Okay. So it's like, okay, like I haven't talked to you for a week or a month or 3 months. That's space, but it's time.
Right.
So what
But
kind of
sometimes,
space do you think is required?
okay, right, my fault.
No,
I know
go ahead.
I would say, but sometimes the space doesn't really mean anything if the relationship is strong. You know, it's not usually. It's
Okay.
usually something underlying when someone's so worried about whether they talk to you every 30 seconds. You know, because your true friends
And
are always going to be your friends. Because I've had
See, and that part has nothing to do with you.
I've had to kind of give more space than I would like to because I realized we were going in different directions. I play him frequently. I love to this day,
Okay.
but you know, I had to give him a lot more space than the old days. You know, because that was the only way we could keep this. You know, keep it cool. You know,
Look,
kind of what it is.
growing past people or just having different situations is being at different life stations. It don't have to be personal. It's just facts.
Right.
You know, it's just facts. It's like if you are. It's like when you're single and your best bud gets married. That they are a pair now. Like you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta consider the other person. You can't just call them like you want to. You can't just pop up anymore. Your life changes. That's just facts. It ain't personal. It's a fact. You know.
They
So
need
but a
their
lot of people
space
I don't
to grow.
think they like that because they're making space in their lives for other people.
Now,
I think a lot of people don't really look at that.
I will say this. Shout out to my buddy KJ. He got married before I did, and I was staying away. He's like, dude, what's happening? I'm like, well, dude, you just got married. He's like, no, come over. Because I knew his wife, well. So he's like, hey, man, don't be a stranger. So I would go over there every night. I'd eat dinner. I'd babysit their kids because, you know, we just had that relationship. But I had to be willing to move back to make sure it was cool, you know. Even though I knew them both and they were both my friends, but I was like, yo, let me step back. You know, it's different when you're all in a bar or laughing and talking, playing Xbox. But now these guys are a couple. Let me back 3 feet, no check. You know, give them their space. So yeah, man.
No,
you just got a lot
now
of
look, that is something good friends.
Right.
No, see, but that's the difference. That's why the relationship can be healthy because you're considerate. You're already prepared to step back and willing, and you're looking to the best interest of your friend. That's what makes a good, healthy relationships when you can do that. You ever heard that phrase? If you let it go, and if it's truly yours, it'll come back to you.
Yeah, live by that.
I think that space is that too. If you can allow somebody to have the spaces they need to do whatever it is that they need without having to take you into consideration in a sense, like really be like, well, I mean, are you going to be okay? Or, you know, just worried about your needs. I think it makes for healthy relationships because they might choose you too. Like, you know, don't go to the fear first. They might choose you too. But don't you want to know that?
And you might miss them because that's just human feelings. But, you know, just, you know, let it ride and see where it goes, you know. Just be open.
Don't you want to know that? Like, what do you think about that? Like, isn't that one of those things that everyone should know if that person is going to miss you too? Are they going to reach out for you too? Are they going to keep you close, or are they absolutely fine with you being over yonder? Like, I would think that the sooner you know that, then the better you'll navigate the relationship.
I don't know because only time I ever thought about that is the person I married. And I sincerely mean that, you know, and I have some people I've known all my life. And I still don't talk to them every day. I never considered their space or their time away from me as a thing. You know, because I felt like, you know, they were a part of me. So no matter where I go, I'm taking them with me internally. So maybe a little more melodramatic, but that was the only person, my wife was the only person I ever wondered about, you know, our time away in that point, you know, because that was a deep relationship.
That's different.
You know? Yeah.
I was about to say marriage is different. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's one thing to have your space from a friend who doesn't live with you anyway. It's like, homie, I'm not going to see you every day because you don't live here. And it's another thing to have space with your marriage. It's like, you're right here, like I lay next to you. So I am fully aware if there's any space there. So no, I think that makes sense. I would think it should. Yeah. And those relationships should be treated different. I mean, that's the whole point. Like a marriage should be treated different than your friendship. Like, I'm not your homie, I'm your wife, I'm your husband.
Sometimes
The
both,
rules
but
should
sometimes one or
modify a
the other.
little bit. If you're lucky to have both, yeah, but it definitely should be treated differently. Because
True.
some people are business minded. Like they treat their relationships like business. You know, like contracts, check-ins, all that. I've seen that before. I've seen that a couple times, and
But
it's
it's different
interesting.
strokes because some people are not the cuddly, happy type. Some people like long walks on the beach. So you have to find that balance that you guys will rock with. I've seen it all. You be, hey man, some of these people
Okay.
got beautiful houses and they like, yeah, I'll see him next week. You know, it'd be like that. And everybody's cool with it, you know.
Yeah. See, those be relationships. I've seen marriages like that where it's a it's a compromise, it's a contract, it's business. You know, especially in the more like richer and different states. We've seen this with a lot of different like higher up in statuses where they got together because of what the family can do, the benefits of each other. We've seen this through history. You
Right.
know, you sell your daughter to the dowry so that you can have a partnership with that side of the country, where it's like it wasn't not about love, it's not about friendship, this is business. So you do have a lot of relationships that are like that. And to
Mhm.
me, if your personal was supposed to be platonic, well, romantic relationship is held like business or platonic, like if those lines are blurred like that, I think that
Yeah.
that does play a role in people's happiness, the clarity, and how they handle the rest of the relationships. But I mean, you can
Right.
control yourself. Only you can control yourself. I don't think that that should be gearing it.
Yeah,
The
because
title
telling
of the
me it's
relationship.
like telling me my life partner is a business transaction don't sit well with me, but some people that's how they keep their wealth and it's bigger than the person that they're victimizing, technically, in my opinion.
Uh, yeah. Hey, look, shout out for all those stay-at-home rich women. Like you just the person that he's victimizing. I love it. I love it because it's true. I mean, a lot of people are in these kind of transaction or transactional relationships and they don't know it, but they feel it. And some of them do know it and they agree to it anyway, right? Like, because some of that stuff is so clear. You don't pretend with me like you don't know what's happening. Like, yes, you do. You know what this is. You know what this is. But
But I'll go back
I
to a
think space
question
is
I always
positive.
ask you. How do you recognize stuff like this? How do you define what space means to yourself? Is it
Okay,
one set rule for everyone? Or do you have different levels of space that you have for different relationships?
I'm gonna go with number two.
Ah,
It's different for everyone, and there's definitely different levels, and only you can determine that. So we would say that
mm,
this is a product and a question that has to come from self-awareness. Self-awareness. You have to know what you need first. Like you have to know who you are and what you are required. Because if you don't know that, you can't make sure that you have it. Like you can't protect your peace if you don't know what that looks like. So you have to know yourself and then determine what you need and being able to have that discernment for when it's appropriate, how long, how am I going to use that space? Do I even need it? Um, we individually, we can only determine that ourselves. That's not something that I don't even think that's really something you could really be taught in a sense. Not
right.
not for to really answer your question. Like this is really some internal work. You
Okay.
really have to figure that out on your own. Because you and I would say the way that you know that we emotions are the rawest things that we got. That's like the most powerful thing that God gave us. You don't have to think about an emotion. You don't have to focus on it. Like it just kicks in and it tells you what it's going to do. You have to
Facts.
figure out what you're going to do with it later on, but it's pretty raw and pure. If it don't feel good, that's what it is. If it feels great, then that's what it is. You know, and that's what tells you, do you want space? Because there are some people, and some businesses and some environments where you
Mhm.
don't want any space. You want to go back. You want more.
Right.
You know, like space doesn't mean it has to be negative. It's just, but it's one of those things that it's optional. It's an option for everybody. Because
Yes.
sometimes you want to bring stuff into your space.
Right.
You know, I want you here. I want you closer. I want to enjoy this activity. I want to go to that side of town. But only you can determine what it is that you want to do. Now, what do you think? Do you think that that is something that is the same for everybody or that is different? And do you believe that there's levels?
Oh, there's definitely levels. And yeah, it definitely varies. The same time, like we'll go back to the grocery store. Like, yeah, the guy pushing my car, I might give him the hood now every once in a while. But if I'm talking to you, I'm like, yeah, it's a whole different level of attention I'm going to talk to you with versus the guy at the grocery store, Because for one, I know more about you. I know about your family. Awesomeness. This guy just didn't hit my car today. Thanks. So yeah, it's definitely levels to the relationship.
Okay, see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, see you in a couple weeks. Don't scratch your car now, bro. All right, stay strong. Stay strong. Yes.
Have you ever been in a situation where it's completely it's different? Like, do you feel where you have to completely acknowledge and make clear, I need space? Like where somebody did not know what personal space was, they didn't know how to respect it, they didn't have boundaries, and they were all up in there, all up in your face, like, hey, trying to get your attention. Like, have you ever had to actually just, all right, I try to be cool?
Yeah, that's happened to me several times over the years. When I was younger and I was outside more, yes. Yeah, but definitely had a moment where I had a person that was like literally following me around. We went out like twice, and it would take my friends to recognize that this person is following me. So we 3 bars in, and my homeboy said, "Hey, ain't that the girl you went out with?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, dude, she's been following us for 3 places. I'm like, "No, she hasn't." I'm like, "Yeah, watch this." So we went to another bar. He literally took me to another bar. It's like, there she is right there. So my friend says, "Hey, why are you stalking my boy?" But he walked up to her and said it. I was like,
yeah.
How you say that? And
oh my gosh.
She said, what? Because he's a nice person.
But she about to bring your thug out.
Considering I didn't even know I was being politely stalked. Like, hey, slow down there, buddy. Yeah, relax.
Not 3 bars later in the same night. Like, that's aggressive. I can see why that's what I'm talking about as far as them questions. You can't be tiptoeing and kind of trying to text her later on how he rolled up on her. Hey, what's going on? What you doing? Yes. Yeah. Let's get some clarity right now. Now. Because that's scary.
My homies, because we had each other's back. I wouldn't do the same for him, but I just wasn't expecting to just ask her straight out, "Hey, why are you stalking my friend?" And we're all right there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pull her to the side.
Oh no! Once she did like 3 bars in, it was different. Like, this is
he was
look. You got a whole different title now. You went from just the girl I dated a couple times to stalker, like just that quick. So no, we're gonna handle this differently. Hey, Letitia.
Hey. What it do? Yeah. Your husband took the night off, my dear friend. He took the night off. But let's see what she had to say. I want to see her comment. Right. Had to set boundaries. The way I got through it was to stay consistent. In 2024 was the first time I ever set boundaries. Well, congratulations, man, because it takes that first step. So congratulations. No matter when you did it, and we commend you for that. Good job, man.
Yay. Yep. Sometimes you have to. Who else is going to protect you but you? Right. It's like you have just. All right, now look, I give this too, where a lot of times, sometimes you don't even know that you need space. Like, if you were one of those people who, I don't mind talking to people, I don't mind meeting new people or going and doing different things, and you're adventurous, you don't even necessarily realize that you need space because you're always out there just doing stuff and moving really fast. Sometimes in particular relationships or in particular environments, do you ever come into the scenario where you're like, wait, you know what, I can kind of push back, like, I'm gonna sit back on this one, or I'm not gonna kind of hang out and talk to everybody, I'm not gonna attend this event. Sometimes you gotta get into the situation itself before you realize that I might need some space. Yeah, but it's still up to you to really analyze that.
I felt like that when I was a salesperson, because I spent so much time like talking to people, convincing people, charming people to make sales and stuff like that. So once you do that for 60, 70 hours a week, and then you still try to have a social life, you don't have that much like spiritual energy to keep pushing out there, to keep all this energy going. So sometimes you just have to like turn it off just to reset yourself so you can be what you want to be, especially in sales, because it's not just convincing people. You have to put a level of passion and feelings into the things you say. Even if it's BS, you still have to make the other person understand what you're trying to convey.
See, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
So one, I was about to say to you, I love that you said the spiritual energy thing, right? But then when you said love and passion for the salesman, I was like, you know how rare salesmen don't say love and passion, but you balanced it out when you said even if it's
Yeah.
bull, even if it's
Yeah, but
BS,
even if
you
it's
still
bull,
got to
there's a
do it.
level of performance and there's a level of emotion that goes into every performance, whether you intentionally do it or you do not. And I think that's what we have to understand. There's always a level of performance in whatever transaction we have, whether it's pure or whatever. It's a performance on some level.
A level of performance that goes with that. We all wear masks because you got to change for whatever it is that you're doing. Everything is a different energy. It sounds bad, but it's you right on that one. You right on that. Let's just got another comment.
All right, what we got? What we got?
This setting
Setting
boundaries
boundaries
was
was
not
not easy for
easy at
me at
all.
all. I needed help to enforce because because of the backlash I received. Yeah, that is a thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Letitia. Space also comes with backlash, which I also find to be weird behavior. So if you say, "Hey, man, I'll be back in 2 minutes," why you gotta leave? Because I gotta leave. Why do we have to have this conversation? How do you combat that, dude? Because I'm more like, I don't want to talk to you after you do some weird stuff like that. I don't think I want to kick it with you no more.
See, that's
That's just
me.
me.
That's a flag.
Yeah.
That is a flag. But see, that's the difference too. If you know yourself, then you're
Yeah.
like, well, that was a little different. Like, what was that? So I bookmarked that. You know, if like, cause like you said, why are we having this conversation? Like, I can't just get up and move it. You know what I mean? That's a flag.
Yeah.
It's a flag. You got to pay attention. Like, don't sit there. You ain't got to answer to nobody. I could have sworn you was a whole adult in these streets. Like, what? No,
Yeah,
no.
relax. Slow
No.
down, slow down.
And there's a way of asking too. You can inquire. Oh, where you about to go? You about to leave real quick, or you gonna be back? That's one thing. But why
Yeah.
are you doing that? That's a whole different way. It's like y'all better pay attention to how these folks talking to you because it says a lot.
Yeah, big time. Big time. What we got?
So
Let's see.
I was just say even recently I had to
I'll
set
pull it up.
boundaries because you got to even recently I had to set boundaries because 2 weeks ago my mom had a stroke. So I
Sorry to
had
hear
to
that.
step in as the oldest daughter to be there for her. People kept pulling from me, even though they knew what I was going through, but I had to set boundaries with other people. I can't see the bottom of it. It's too much stuff on here.
Oh yeah.
So I could be there for my mom.
Yep, that's the whole thing.
Now,
Yeah, good job, good job.
now see, sorry about your mother and the stroke. That is a lot to take on, and it is very difficult for both parties. For a mom who's probably independent, can do whatever she wants. Now she's going through something, and for you to have to watch her, especially as the oldest, all those responsibilities go to you first. They go to you
Right.
first. But I will offer this to you: when it comes to setting those boundaries, guilt free. Okay, because if you don't have your life vest on, then you can't save nobody else. So taking
Right.
care of yourself and taking care of your mom, one, you're already sharing your time because you're not taking care of yourself. You're taking care of her. You have to
Right.
be there for her and her other children, the family, her obligations. It's so much bigger than that. And you never know how long you're going to be in that situation. So you protect your peace at all costs. And at
Yep.
this moment, anybody who doesn't fall in line and they don't respect that, guess what? You about to clear the table, girl. It'll save me some Christmas presents. I'm just telling you, if they don't act right, get rid of them. It's
Right.
easy.
If they don't understand that you're
It'll-
protecting your mom, then what are we doing? I seriously say after whatever's happening with your mom passes and she gets back to full restored health, you need to see if you need to go ahead and give them the deuces because that's
start
not cool.
sorting through.
Yeah.
And then I'll also leave room to this because every situation is not necessarily the same and everything doesn't necessarily fit. Now, at the same time, I learned this for myself that
All right.
sometimes you're good at what you do. Sometimes you're real good at what you do. And folks
Yep.
ain't never seen you cry. They ain't never seen you drop the ball. And they've seen you multitask everything. So sometimes our audience and the people around us are used to us being strong where they didn't know that you were weak in this moment. So sometimes it's a product of what you're putting out there. Sometimes it's a product of what you're putting out there where in this moment, this is a whole different vulnerability that I'm not used to. And now
Right.
I can't give. I can't give the way that I can't perform the way that I normally have. But you have to be honest with yourself too. This is new for not just you, but the whole world around you. So it
Fact.
might not even be personal. They're watching you make miracles all the time. They may not know that this one's different. So you
Yeah.
have to verbalize that, like make it clear. Now, if they continue, After you make it clear, then yes, make some decisions. But sometimes
Well,
we too strong for our own good.
well, sometimes you're forced into being a superhero whether you want to or not. And people get, like you said, so used to you being a superhero. When you're not superhero, they're like, "You good?" No, I've been broken for a long time, but you just never took the chance to see because you've been taking.
If they ask, see, now if they ask you, like you just did, are you good? Then that's somebody you can keep because they recognize something was different. But the
Mm-hmm.
people who keep calling you like, well, I haven't heard from you or why you didn't get back to you and you told them what was going on, those are the ones
Mm-hmm.
you start making executive decisions about because they're not taking you into consideration. Especially if they're like, well, how are you going to be late? This is important to me. Did I not just say that something was going on with my family?
Right.
So I'm supposed to consider yourself over mine. Those are the kind of conversations where you may not want to in that moment, but you know what you feel. Like you know
You
what you feel. This ain't right. Don't ignore it. You can talk
bookmark that.
about it when you're not as emotional. Exactly. It's like you don't have to deal with it in that moment when you are emotional because you're gonna go off for everybody for all the stresses, right?
Right.
Everybody can get it. But bookmark, like you said, no, I remember how you were when I was dealing with my mom. So let me, now that I'm a little out of the woods or I got some clarity, let me talk to you.
Right.
Let me
Yeah.
talk to you.
Sometimes these conversations are very uncomfortable, but they're necessary for your own peace. You're not always trying to give someone else peace, but you need to make sure you have peace. So if it takes them feeling uncomfortable for you to get back to your level of comfort to deal with what you need to deal with, go ahead and have a conversation. It's just what it is.
Yes.
But at least you'll
You
feel
gotta
a
be
hell of a lot
honest.
better knowing you were honest with yourself and honest with the person that was doing whatever they were doing. So
Exactly. Look, when it's not feeling good and it's messing with your sanity, it's messing with your peace, you have to be honest with yourself because you can't get what you need from anybody if you're not honest with yourself first and honest with them. You have to get to the core because a lot of people, we hurt each other on accident all the time. We hurt people that we care about all the time just because we don't know. So you have to be honest. You have to say, look, this is what I need. This is what it is right now. You don't always have to take all the details, but this is what I need right now. That's it. Like, I'm not even asking you permission. This is what I need right now. So it's either you're going to have to deal with it or go without. But bruh, I'm not apologizing because I'm dealing with something. Like, this is what I need. That's it. That it really is cool. But sometimes verbalizing it is necessary. Those emotions should not be ignored. Like, don't try to be strong. Don't try to ignore it. I'm definitely one that encourages deal with the emotion and see what it is. See where that's coming from. Because it might not even be the person in front of you.
Keeping things internally will jack you up. And I think I ran into that problem many years ago. I was just keeping so much stuff bottled up that it almost wiped me out. So find ways to talk about the things, find ways to get that stuff out of your system because it will catch up with you. I mean, like I say, the balloon and it pops. Yeah, the balloon's going to pop. Trust me. I thought I was strong too until I wasn't. So, and I can say that honestly because I've overcome it. But yeah, I thought it was tough. Until
and you got to be honest. You got to be honest. And look, because sometimes you can think you can handle everything until you can't. When you're about to break, when you can feel it, it's like, okay, I'm at the edge now. You know, I'm too close to the edge and I'm about to go over. There's things and there's flags and there's warning all the time before you get to that point where you're about to snap. But if you don't encourage it, then you're allowing yourself to keep that lid on that steam and you're about to pop. Like, let it go. Let that air out. Do not let it keep building. But always, anytime there's an emotion that triggers you in a negative space, be honest about it. And you have to ask yourself, is it even them? Like, is this person who, the way that they responded to me needing space, is it the way that they said it? Is it the way that they came at me? Because sometimes people just ask you a question and you ready to snap because you ain't in the mood. What is the trigger? Like, what's bothering you? Because if they remind you of like Uncle Leroy or how your mom used to talk to you, it's not even the person that you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? It's not even the person that you're looking at. Like, what did you just say? Separation anxiety. Separation anxiety is a form of PTSD. Because guess what? If I'm standing here in front of you, then I ain't went nowhere. So who you really crying about?
So the separation might be because of something happened in their past or something traumatic that happened to them.
It usually is because I'm still right here.
Themselves.
Exactly. It's like, I'm right here. I ain't went nowhere. Like I said, I was about to go to the store, but I'm right here. So who are you really freaking out about? Why do you need the space, and
Wow,
why are you responding that way?
dude, I never thought about it. I never thought about it like that. Like, wow. So it's bigger than just being needy. It's something probably deeper rooted that's making them act like that. For the
Sure,
most.
it usually is. It
So,
usually even on the
like, sure.
even on the opposite side, because sometimes we avoid telling people we need boundaries because we've seen people with separation anxiety. We've seen people really lonely. You know, people that we've cared about where it's like they were always by themselves, or maybe they were suicidal, maybe they were like really, really, they couldn't handle being by themselves. So I don't want to make somebody feel that way. I won't leave them hanging. We agree things internally, and it's like it's not yours to carry. That's not the situation. You deserve to have your peace. So sometimes we even don't give ourselves boundaries just because we want to be considerate of other people. And it's like, be
Or
considerate of
we,
yourself.
or think like this: we removed the space that we should have kept in there in the first place. The
Oh
easiest way
man,
to
you
say
you
it,
said
you
a lot
remove
with
the
that one.
space.
That God
Because
was
I
trying to
thought
give you. He
about
was
it.
like,
I keep on trying to fix you. Keep on trying to fix you.
have you ever done that? Like, or you run into like the same coworker or neighbor and you don't feel comfortable, it's awkward, but then you're trying to be nice. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe next time. And you're just like, I don't
All
want
right.
to. I don't want to. But they keep popping up and you're just like, I'm gonna eventually have to give. No, no. Don't ignore
No.
that. Don't give them the number that you don't want them to have. Like, don't. You keep fighting for your peace. It's trying to wear you out. Stay
Yeah.
strong. No.
Call me tomorrow. Probably won't. See ya. Bye. Probably
Mm-mm.
won't. Mm-mm.
I love that. Look, I don't care what nobody's saying. The truth is quick. All right. Like how you said, probably won't. I put it on a t-shirt. I freaking love it. I'm not looking for it because you already told me the truth. When
Right.
we're trying to be, we talked about these conversational courtesies. When you're like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I'll talk to you tomorrow. You know you don't want to call them tomorrow. Stop
No.
lying.
No.
You don't have to fill in that gap. You don't have to feel obligated to make promises you don't plan on keeping. Be like, uh-huh, keep it moving, okay, Mrs. Parker style. Okay, okay. Like
Oh,
you don't
right here.
have to at all.
I'm a car girl. She said, okay.
Okay, exactly. Don't be making false promises. And I'm talking about whether that's family, friends, professional, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Understand and be clear what these ships are. Because do you want your ship in the Pacific or you want on some rocky water? What you say? You want to hit it? You want to be in the Titanic?
Iceberg.
What type
Yep.
of? Hey, look, is this a rowboat? What type of ship is this? Like, you need to know what it is that you're doing and who you're doing it with. And
Mm-hmm.
boundaries is sanity. It's peace. Don't apologize for that. Like, what we doing? Like, no, space is good. It's healthy. Everyone
Yep.
should have some space. Everyone should have some space for
And you
everything.
should be
And you
kind of
know,
worried about people who don't feel like they can live without you. Weird behavior. That is
you
dependency,
say,
my friend.
okay,
That's
how many?
dependency.
Hey, look, can you? My husband said something like this. Like, can you claim them on your taxes? They so dependent. They just need you. I'm just saying, you're taking all kinds of energy. This is energy assault. Like, can you? I said no. Like,
Energy. Oh, I love it. I love it, man.
but
Oh man.
this is one that I've offered to everybody. Where if you're a kind person and you're doing something positive, you don't think that you need the space because you think that you were here on purpose to take care of other people, to heal the world, to be there, to spread love. And it's positive. So you don't want to stop it. I'm going to let you know right now, thug it out style. Those is God children. Give them back. I'm just saying. He ain't even mad at you. If you need a break, I'm just saying, if you need a break, look,
Give them back. That's a part.
look,
Yeah.
that's his look. He's supposed to be taking care of him. It's not your job to heal the world. You can't. Those are facts. It's not
Mhm.
emotional. So if you need some space for yourself, that is your God-given right. I don't care what the law say. I don't care what Trump say. I don't care what Leroy say. Your mama say. Everybody has that right for peace, purpose, happiness, and go get yours. And then come share it with us here at the United Front. Just saying, we're gonna give you your space and invite you in ours.
Yep. I can't. What else am I
See?
saying? That was beautiful. That was stuff that landed. I guess I'll do all the business stuff.
Hey,
Please like, share, and
look,
subscribe. You know.
Check us out,
Donate.
www, the United Front Network. Share
Shout
your
out to our radio
resources.
partner, WSAN.com. Go to the App Store. You can download their app. Hear some of the best soul music you'll ever hear in your life.
See?
Email us at weareunited@myyahoo.com.
Get some props.
If
Okay.
commercials,
Look, get a t-shirt, get
advertisements,
some sessions. Join the movement.
please and thank you.
All of
Other
that.
than that,
All of it.
I think Penny's freezing a little bit. But other than
Oh, you know what we need to say?
ma'am.
Yeah. It's a holiday.
Oh, happy holidays, everybody.
So
Happy
and
holidays.
enjoy. Look, because tomorrow's the Eve. Enjoy your family and enjoy your space and enjoy the space you share. I'm just saying.
That's all you can do.
All right.
Talk to you
Over
later.
now.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go.